Tighter money means many firms have put corporate philanthropy onto the back burner. Not so Puma. Chairman and CEO Jochen Zeitz is in London to help launch Peace Day, the UN International Day of Ceasefire and Non-Violence. I caught up with him and began by asking how he had changed the way his company views and does business.
I believe in business as a force for good. Business has an impact on society. Of course, it creates jobs, it creates prosperity, but on the other hand, we also leave a negative footprint behind, whether it's an environmental and sometimes even social one. And we believe as a company we can also contribute towards sustainability, not just from a commercial point of view, but also from a social and environmental point of view. And that's why we have a lot of initiatives that we're supporting globally, whether it's in our social and environmental platform, whether it's promoting peace or just creativity by supporting documentary filmmaking and creative networks.
Just give us a sense of your latest project, for example. It involves football, and it's a vast initiative and very expensive for you to do. So just take us through it.
Well, September 21st is the official Peace Day. It's actually the day that was sanctioned by the United Nations in 2001, thanks to the initiative of Peace One Day and Jeremy Gilley, who's done a tremendous job to make September 21st the official Peace Day in the world. And we felt that football was a great opportunity in order to really spread the message of peace around the world. It's the #1 sport in the world, and just like the idea of the Olympics back then to contribute towards peace and friendly competition, we felt that football was a great carrier for a positive message. And so we are playing over 3,000 football matches under the One Day, One Goal umbrella. Globally in every single UN member state. That's 192 countries, and it's really grown every year. We started with 400 matches, now we're at 3,000, and the sky's the limit.
It's interesting because you mentioned the United Nations, and being discussed at the United Nations right now, governments are discussing how to cut poverty, and there's some concern about reaching these so-called Millennium Goals because governments haven't got as much cash as they had before, and it's the same for a lot of businesses as well. Why do you think it's important to keep giving even though the money coming into governments and businesses isn't there as it was?
Well, our mission as a company is to become the most desirable sport lifestyle brand, but also a sustainable company and brand. And if you can only be sustainable in business if the social and environmental environment is healthy. And therefore, we believe inherently in our business we have a responsibility, but also an opportunity. And as you rightly say, governments have to cut back. Businesses may have to cut back, but ultimately the old paradigm that politics set the rules and fund philanthropic initiatives and business creates shareholder value and religion preaches values, I think is over. We really have to collaborate and partner in order to contribute to the greater good.
Uma speaking to me earlier. We're going to have a look at the weather forecast for you now. We're going to focus on Europe because Guillermo says there's some interesting